I was doing my physics homework when suddenly my mom rushed in. She grabbed my exercise sheet and tore it in half. Mom, what are you doing? Stop studying. Go out and play with your friends. Then she pulled me to the playground to make me look like a normal child. That was pretty weird, right? Mom never wanted me to study. And you'll be even more surprised to know that she always hid all information about my dad from me, like I didn't even know his name. From an early age, I soon showed my natural talent for physics. When I was 3, I already knew about Newton's laws of motion. When I was 6, high school physics was no problem to me. In everyone's eyes, I was a child prodigy. But for my mom, I was useless and different. You may not believe it, but I always had to hide my physics books from her. Once, when I was hiding in the bathroom to read, my mom discovered me. She got so angry that she forced me to give her all of my books. Then, in front of me, she threw them into fire. I was crying loudly. Why do you always treat me so horribly? Then why don't you be like other normal kids? Don't try to be smart. It only hurts you in the end. Not only that, she also forbade me to show off my talents to others, especially to adults. I still remember when I was 9, I always had to get the last question wrong in a physics test to avoid people knowing I was smart. But surprisingly, Miss Susan, my teacher, saw through that. She wanted me to reach my full potential and tried to convince me to sign up for an elementary school physics competition. Trust me, it's very interesting. It was the first time someone encouraged me to show off my talents. I happily agreed, but also told her not to let my mom know. Then, for the next few weeks, after each class, Miss Susan spent more time helping me develop my gift. But then, what I fear happened. On the day of the competition, when I had just won over my opponent and was celebrating on stage, all of a sudden, my mom appeared and shouted, "Don't trust her! She's not smart! She cheated to win!" Everyone was shocked and whispered to each other. My mom quickly pulled my hand and dragged me home, even though I was crying. After that, she even spread rumors that Miss Susan and I had conspired to cheat on that competition. Although they didn't find any clue about her baseless accusation, no one dared to approach me because of my crazy mom. Fast forward to when I was 15, one day when I came home from school, I saw a stranger standing in front of my house. He looked very dashing with his fancy suit and expensive car. Excuse me, are you looking for someone?
Oh, hi. May I ask, is this Lisa's Connor's house?
Yes, she's my mom. The man was slightly startled. His eyes suddenly got teary.
So, you're Mirabelle, my daughter.
While I was still bewildered and didn't understand what was happening, Mom suddenly appeared. She panicked when she saw the man and immediately pulled me into the house.
Meet me at the Sun Hotel!
The man tried to shout at me before the door slammed in front of his face. That night, Mom repeatedly told me not to see him and also said that we would move to another place to live soon. Her behavior was odd. I tried to ask her about that man, but she refused to answer. That made me even more suspicious. The next morning, when she was out, I secretly went to the Sun Hotel to meet the other man. It seemed like he had already expected me.
Hi, Vanessa. I'm your father.
To back up his claim, Luca showed me his old photos. I was very surprised when there was a wedding picture of my mom and him. He told me that my mom was actually a physics genius. They knew each other through a collaboration and fell in love. But after I was born, Mom had suffered from generalized anxiety disorder, a type of depression and schizophrenia. When I was only a few months old, she suddenly took me and disappeared. Impossible!
If you don't believe me, check her medicine cabinet and you'll probably find SSRIs. It is used to treat depression.
To make sure we were related by blood, he even suggested that I took a DNA test. When I got home, I secretly searched my mom's bag. Indeed, there were SSRIs. When I wasn't over the shock, a few days later, the DNA results also came in. Luca and I were truly father and daughter. I angrily used that DNA results to question my mom. She burst into tears and begged to explain everything.
Enough! I don't want to put up with you one more second.
I immediately left the house and went to the Sun Hotel to stay with my dad. Not long after that, Dad took me back to Los Angeles. I couldn't believe in my eyes. He was a billionaire, luxurious villa, branded furniture. The butter is always available 24/7. It was truly a dream. However, I still missed Mom a lot. She may be a bad person, but she's still my mom. One day, I suddenly found a locked room in my dad's villa. Out of curiosity, I asked him, "What's in that room? Why is it always locked?" My dad sighed softly and patted my head.
It's your mom's office. Ever since she left, I've kept it shut.
Can I see inside?
Sure.
After saying that, he unlocked the door and took me to explore the room. Then he took out a lot of documents from the drawer and showed them to me.
They're her research project. But because of her depression, she left it all unfinished. What a shame. It should have been her greatest achievement.
Looking at those notes, I suddenly felt very sorry for her. I decided to complete that research on behalf of my mother. So from that day on, I spent most of my time studying Mom's notes. Until one day, I suddenly found a diary hidden in her office. When I opened it, I was surprised when the words were wet with tears and more surprised when I read the contents inside. As it turned out, her depression was genetic and it even got worse when she was under prolonged work pressure. My mom was exhausted both physically and mentally. When she was 8 months pregnant, the doctor told her that her depression could pass down to me and only get worse if I got into a stressful lifestyle like her. So shortly after I was born, my mom took me and ran away. The exhaustion and anxiety disorder caused her mind to become unstable and delusional. She believed that the only way for me to have a normal, stress-free life was to escape to a place where no one knew who we were and start from scratch. Soon after, I told that story to my dad. We decided we must help her. So all three of us finally met. Mom was very emotional when she saw me again. She kept apologizing for what she did.
I'm sorry, dear. I just want you to have a better life than I do.
No, Mom. Please don't say that. It's not too late for us to start all over again. I persuaded her to reunite with my dad and start treatment for depression and insanity. She hesitated at first, but then agreed. Now, things are finally getting better. I can finally live with my passion for physics, and our family is together again.